Welcome to A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host Monique Robinson, where we highlight, celebrate, and recognize students from all over the country who are doing great things in the classroom, community, and athletics. Every student deserves an opportunity for hope and a future. So let's celebrate our students, the next generation of teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. Join us on another incredible segment of A Better Chance for Youth show with your host, Monique Robinson.
Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. Gonna study war no more. Someone asked me, what does history sound like? I said history sounds like 9 months, like birth of a new life, like a calm whisper over a cradle, sweet melody over a tight beat. It doesn't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. History sounds like Ella, like jazz, even when we're beaten, black and bruised, backs bent back, barely breathing. History still somehow sounds like the blues. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. History sounds like Harlem, like Duke, like Marcus, W.E.B. Du Bois, Langston, Mamie Smith, like survival, like the hums, bongos, like clicking of a railroad track. It sounds like old Negro spirituals. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Celebration in safe houses, it sounds like Harriet underground maps to Freedom Land, where freedom ain't so free. Sounds like 1913 and everything in between. The beats of women marching like the banging of a glass ceiling. We walk with shards on our knuckles and in between our fists. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Keep your glass slipper. A woman not supposed to do no heavy lifting. We belong in the kitchen, in the house, in the Senate, in the Oval Office. History sounds a lot like Shirley, like Michelle, and now Kamala, unbossed and unbossed. Sometimes history is a silent moving powerhouse. Sounds a lot like the clipping of Jim Crow's wings. History sounds like Dr. Martin Luther King, like Booker T. Washington. History sounds like unsung heroes we didn't hear much about. She sounds like Johnson, Vaughn, and Jackson. Black women being out of this world and staying behind chalkboards. These figures are still undercalculated. Sometimes we forget that we are history. Days we wake up and don't hear the history within us. Days where little black girls and boys forget to listen to the magic pumping through their veins. History sounds a lot like you. The beautiful, the black, the gifted. 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 You.
Good evening, everybody. And I know we didn't start the show like we normally do, but today is the last day of what they say, Black History Month. But if you know us here at A Better Chance, Black History is 365. So welcome. Today we actually have two guests, and we are going to be discussing a very relevant topic. And I will be joined with some of my board members because sometimes we just have to come on here and have these discussions. And so I have Dr. Gaucher and I have Pisha Mabry today. Hey, Dr. Gaucher, how are you? Hey, P. So welcome. How are you, ladies? How's it going?
It's been a long month, Everybody wants to learn about something Black in 28 days when we're Black every day. So it's been a long month for me.
That's understandable. I mean, I do 365, so I don't know if you all do. I do
365. Yeah.
Dr. Gilshay, how are you doing today?
Good. It's been a long day for me with the San Antonio African American Authors Book Festival. So I was very proud to be a part of that, and thank you, Dr. Robinson, for definitely being there to support. So that was I'm very touched. So and honored.
Oh, well, I had a good time there. Y'all know, I got super excited, not because I was there to support and be kind of incognito, but it was a person there that y'all know how I love my school. I thought I was bad. She had NCAT earrings, t-shirt, shoes. I think she had socks too. But I said, look at that. I am not the only person. So it's somebody worse than me. Well, not worse, but we love our school. We can't help it. So today, it's kind of a non-traditional show because sometimes I have topics that come in my head, and then it's like, I really want to process this because we live in San Antonio, which is already different. It's different, and I think I volunteered with Pisha this year for the march, and I still have this question in my head. So it's like, are they going to answer this question or not? So I said, let me poll my board and see who is willing to actually have a discussion with me. So my overhead question, and you both, you all can tag team, we can have a discussion, however you want to answer it. But have we really overcome anything? Or are we still rising?
Well, I would say, I believe we celebrate the milestones, that has come, all the way from the election of President Barack Obama, first president of the United States, and then to have Kamala Harris to be the very first elected vice president of the United States. To have lived to see that, and to, with my children, having to have told them over the years, you could be anything that you want to be, just strive, and education. And to see it, that's a milestone for me.
That's fair. That's truly fair. I can agree. I remember, I think I was in Florida when President Obama had won that election, and to see, how many people actually wanted to get out and participate in voting, how many people were actually excited about voting. And then now we look at it as like, oh, my vote don't count. It doesn't matter. You know, is the attitude a lot of people have. And I'm like, so did we overcome or we going backwards? You know, which
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No, finish what you have to say.
No, I was just gonna, add, because I kind of went over some of this, and for me, I celebrate the milestones, like I said, of having witnessed the African Americans elected, for president of the United States. But also, I remember when Jesse Jackson ran for president, and my siblings and I were leaving church, and we saw a multitude of people marching down Lenox Avenue in New York City. And I'm just elated that I was, now to be a part of the voting process, of seeing, like I said, the first woman to be vice president, even though we should have been able to have Kamala Harris as the president, but, we still rising. So we got a ways to go. But the accomplishment of being a part in history of seeing Black people willing to actively vote and not sit back to see what happens. So seeing that mindset shift is I think we're moving in the right direction for that. But I believe that folks still need to understand that it's not just about the presidency. And I think that's where we're getting that hang up at. You have to vote for your mayors, your councilmen, your congressmen, your senators, and these judges.
That's fair. That's fair. Keisha, what's your take on it?
Have we overcame? Honestly, no. I think what happens is that we look at these milestones and they use it against us. When all honesty, we have to think about the fact that everything is being reversed, and it's not even my mom's lifetime that these reversals are happening. We're talking about, laws and acts that were passed maybe 60 years ago, and the fact that it's still happening. I think people fail to realize when we think about emancipation that it was in 1865, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the Civil Rights Act, in 1964? So pretty much a year. But you're talking, 100 years. So you're talking about 100 years of Reconstruction. You're talking about 100 years of Jim Crow. And they passed this law, and then less than 60 years, let's say, now they're reversing everything. And they're reversing it because of this idea of milestones, right? Well, y'all had the Black president, y'all have billionaires, y'all have these things. We no longer need to offer these programs to you. And now that we know in this day and age, particularly Black women, even though we're one of the most educated populations, we're also the ones who are losing jobs at a rapid rate, right? Our education system for our Black babies is shot. We know that. We know that the incarceration rate is still high because America believes to have a slave class regardless. And so it makes me nervous when we say that. And I think about the first time that I attended a MLK March in San Antonio, because we have the largest march in the nation. And I remember this is 92 or 93, and they were singing "We Shall Overcome." And my mom was like, but we overcame. Why are we still singing this song? And a couple of years later, we have someone named Bill Clinton who signs a bill for mass incarceration in order to build the slave class once again. And so I kind of grapple with the idea of, have we really overcame, or do we allow the limited access that they give to us, and because it provides us a certain lifestyle, we think we're okay and we think we're good. So I think about the fact of Black rurality. I think about the fact of urban life, I think about all those things in the intersectional lens and ask myself, have we really overcame? And I could honestly say we haven't overcame at all. We still have to fight the fight. And so I need the folks who are living this lifestyle of being comfortable to start feeling uncomfortable, and it's time for us to fight. We have a huge fight that we have to do. If we could see the fact that monuments are being torn down, history is being hidden once again because they are afraid of white fragility, I'm just concerned about this idea of saying, yes, we have. I think we're going backwards, and it's kind of scary that I get to see this in my lifetime.
Well, I would like to, in a sense, kind of counter some of that, because what has happened is we are finding creative ways of how to fight and how to change these socio-economical statuses. And so, like, I've seen some stuff that I had never heard of, where now when you have the HBCU cards, we're finding a way to still educate. And so now where the education should start at home, well, if you're buying those HBCU cards, right, then you're telling your kids about history. And now they can in turn start educating some of the teachers as well. So, but there are different ways in which African Americans are being more creative. We're using more of our creative way of educating our children, our youth, our community to reunite it, because it seems like the only time when we really start banding together is when we have to fight.
I think we're talking about a percentage of African Americans who have access to that. And I think that's what bothers me. That's why I said we have to look at an intersectional lens, right? We have to look at the social economic status of things. We also can't make an assumption that everybody has this opportunity to be introduced to certain things. And so I think that's what is scary for me in knowing that. So when I go into these schools and I see the disparities between different districts or even within the districts, I'm concerned about it, right? I'm concerned about the fact that three main school districts in our city are closing down schools, and particularly that serve Black students. I'm also concerned about certain schools that mission is to serve Black students are either closing, or they're not actually serving Black students at all, or they're not even giving Black students the opportunity to even learn about somebody simple like Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks, just because they are afraid that they'll be shut down, or they are afraid to not have money to continue the school. That's concerning. I get it that we have creative ways, but Black folks always been creative, have always been entrepreneurs. We literally built this city. The reason why we have San Antonio Independent School District, because of a Black man who helped develop public schools, right? If you look at the Green Book and you see all those businesses, we've always been that way. My concern is the fact of we forget because we get access to things. We forget the fight. And so sometimes when it is not directly affecting us, then we don't do anything until it's too late. And I don't want our people to wait too late to do something about it. We're lucky that we live in a city with Democratic mayors. Think about if we were in a city where it was Republican mayors that were pro-Trump, and we had to really kind of deal with like sundown town mentalities. We don't have that problem. So I think that is my concern when I talk about we haven't really overcame, because I'm looking at the social political aspect of what is happening with our community whether if it's in Texas, whether it's in San Antonio or nationally, we're seeing a decline in a lot of things. And so that's what my question is.
Well, you both have given some really, really good insight. But we have to take a quick commercial. So we could go into question 3, but you all done, yeah.
Two.
I'm like,
question 2. You see that?
You shouldn't have academics, because Dr. Gaucher is putting me in the hot seat right now. You should have academics on here, okay? First of all.
I mean, most of the time when we on here, we be so silly, to get people a different spin. Like, oh, they really are. They really can't have an intellectual conversation about this.
Stressing me out right now.
I'm like, God, I said, "Ooh, Keisha going in. This her topic." I said, "We gotta."
Are you interested in attending an historically Black college or university? Hello, my name is Robert Mason. I'm president and founder of the Common Black College application. Our application allows students to apply to over 50 historically Black colleges and universities at the same time for only $20. HBCU graduates have been some of the most renowned individuals in their respective fields since the late 1800s. In addition to that, our faculty and staff are truly committed to your success, and they have a vested interest in seeing that you do well. That, coupled with the academic rigor and the fact that you will establish lifelong relationships, are just some of the many benefits of your attending an historically Black college or university. So if you're interested in completing the Common Black College app, visit our website at commonblackcollegeapp.com to apply now. Thank you, and get educated.
Celebrate the excellence of HBCUs with the HBCU Trivia Game. This board game provides an exciting and educational way to learn about notable alumni, historical events, sports news, and more. This trivia game is sure to be a hit and perfect for college-bound youth, alumni, and the entire family. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support, educate, and entertain Get the HBCU Trivia Game today. Go to hbcutriviagame.net to order.
Welcome back. I am here with 2 of my board members, and usually we usually have very rarely have these type of conversations. Let me just say it like that. We usually are silly, fun, play games, but today we are strictly business today. And Dr. Gaucher and Keisha had me worried for a minute because I'm like, oh, they about to go at each other. So I kind of felt bad. But so yes, they are still here, and they made me skip a question. And I get to pushing buttons and then I can't see nobody. So I don't know what I did. Okay, there go Doctor. Okay, there she go. I'm about to say, I done lost them. So y'all got me tongue-tied today. So yes, I did skip question 2, probably because y'all answered. And then, that conversation that got so good, y'all done made Pender show up to the party. So I was like, what is going on? So let's welcome.
Hey everyone!
Pender, they in here showing out, girl.
Oh, I'm right on time.
Girl, they showing out.
I need America to know that Monique did this on purpose. Like America, Monique. That I was off on that question. So I mean,
these ladies I'm like, y'all, we on the same team. We on the same board. What's going on here?
All love.
Different philosophies, different philosophies and epistemologies. That's all.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask this next question, but y'all at least we got a person in here that can, I had to skip. I'm on question 3 because
okay.
So the next question that I have for our ladies, leaders like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks demonstrated courage and unity. what does unity look like in our families and communities today? How can we continue? The Pisha already thinking. I see that head going. Building strong, supportive environments for future generations. That was so really it's like, what does strength and growth look like in the community?
Well, I have previous generations were prone to violence when moving into predominantly Caucasian neighborhoods. Socioeconomical status improvement is more reachable. Throughout history, when African Americans innovated something, their achievements were buried in history. Knowledge is more accessible because of the internet. Today, we are able to publicly acknowledge African Americans that are making positive impacts in their communities and beyond. And access to college is more attainable because of scholarships, grants, and my least favorite, loans. And the schools do need to do better in getting the information to students wanting to attend.
Okay, Dr. Gaucher. I don't know.
Come on with it. Come on, ring it.
I will say this. Can we first give it up to Claudette? Let's raise her name up. The original woman who said, "I'm not gonna get up." Okay, you back the bus. Who? What? Okay. So I would say this. You're talking about the family unit, and so we really need to talk about the fact that the family unit, especially when it comes to African Americans, has been displaced since we were brought on this continent, right?
That's true.
And so it's always been an issue with us of them strategically making sure to break up the family unit. And when we, as Black women, fought for welfare, because a lot of people don't know, welfare was actually for white women, particularly veterans' wives. And so we fought for that because that was a part of the civil rights. Like, why are we living in destitute when these women are able to have assistance from the government? And so when the government decided that, hey, you could get assistance, but the father can't be in a home.
That's true.
That killed the unit. Now, I can't say this, is that we as our generation have allowed ourselves to step back from the church because of the internet. Like Monique knows, I'm bedside Baptist all day, every day. But once we kind of stepped away from the church, once we stopped having, Black schools, once we stopped coming together as a community to raise children and things of that nature, I think it really, weakened the familiar unit. And so we need to go back to those principles. We need to go back to our African principles of how we raised our village. And so that's what I think. And I'm just going to leave it alone because, she's going to come from my neck.
I mean, you just had to be here for that first question.
I'm gonna go back and listen.
Like this.
I'm gonna go back and listen. I'm sorry. I was late. I had to eat something before I got on here.
Dealing with these two, you gonna have
I think that hunger got me militant today.
Yeah, can't show up hangry to the work. No. But what does unity, growth, and strength look like today? The first thing that came to my mind was Jasmine Crockett. I think about all these other women that, Rosa Parks and Claudette and all these other women that have been, Mary McLeod Bethune and, Shirley Chisholm, and so many women who did so many things, and we don't say their names enough. So what they did was they found how to utilize their skills and their talents to bring us together. And I think we need to do more of that. How you build a whole college from sweet potato pie that is still in existence today is amazing to me. And Dorothy Height was married to the movement. She said she never wanted to get married because it was too much work to be done. I think that today in 2026, it looks like what we're doing right now. Unity looks like we're putting our heads together, we're cracking jokes, but we serious about the work that we do. So when we get in the room, we know that we're not leaving anybody the same. Sometimes we show up and we ruffle some feathers. Sometimes we show up and we have everybody cracking up. But I think it's important because that's in the small pockets, that's where the magic happens. And the magic spreads as a result of us getting together. That's what the strength looks like. That's what the unity looks like. And for growth, I think we definitely can be more vocal, more visible, more supportive of each other. I'm not out there like rah sis kumbah like I should be for all the things. I got Dr. Monique up here writing 10 songs a day and publishing 25 books a month. You know, Dr. Gaucher is out there at authors events. Pisha is changing lives. We got Dr. Anthony, Dr. Popcorn. He's doing these amazing things. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge that about each other and acknowledge what we're doing well, especially because our history is being erased slowly but surely. Yeah. Good question.
I will say this, something that Penda said that kind of triggered something for me, and the fact of we need to pay attention to how these kids are really doing this social movement right now. How they're utilizing the internet. I know here in San Antonio, they're the ones who are walking out and protesting against ICE and all other things that are happening. And I think what hurts my heart is when I look at the comments on social media of 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds laughing at these kids, or this is stupid, failing to realize that your parents did this. Right? Or this was done so that you could have certain rights. And so whenever I see these kids just walking, I'm like, I'm cheering them on. You know, like, hey, y'all need some water. Like, let's do this. You know what I mean?
So why?
It's just
better to a pizza.
Yeah, like let me get you some pizza, baby. Like it's very much comforting to know that they are calling us out. And I love it, and I'm excited about it. And it's like, yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got another question for y'all because y'all did good with that one.
Okay.
And y'all didn't scare me like
the first one. What are you talking about? Like
the first one, I was like, Pisha about to go look for Dr. Gaucher.
No, I would look for Dr. Gaucher to help me with chapter 2 of this dissertation. That's what I was looking for.
Dissertation.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So the next question is: Black history includes achievements in education, business, faith, arts, and leadership. Where do you see Black excellence making a positive impact today? How can we encourage young people? Y'all know I love inviting young people to see themselves as part of this excellence. Because some young people, they don't identify because colorism is real. I'm just gonna name the elephant in the room.
I really cringe at that statement when kids say that, but I'm gonna say this. This is my response to your question. Now, back in the day, we used to eat at the tables as a family. The neighbors looked out for each other. Discipline was not go sit in the corner and reflect on what you did wrong. Talking back was unheard of. As children, we played games outside. We watched family sitcoms like The Jeffersons, What's Happening, Good Times, etc. We played hopscotch, double dutch, red light, green light, etc. We handle conflict by talking and occasional fistfights.
Yeah.
Not as much gun violence as it is today. Toughness did not equate to you shooting someone. As a community, parents need to be parents. Babies need to stop having babies. We need to continue to support and educate our youth. We need to encourage one another by spending money in our own communities and teach our youth about finances and building legacies.
I don't know. Pisha, she got Pisha just sitting there, so I'm scared to call on Pisha next. Like,
come on. Keisha thinking, come on.
Okay, so there's a generational gap there. Okay. So,
what you calling us old? Are you calling us old without saying we're old? Is that what you're doing?
I'm not saying we're old. I'm not saying y'all old at all. Y'all were born in the 70s. I was born
in 77, Pisha. I was born in 77.
It's still different. It's just like people who were born in like 88 is like it was very different if you was born in 82, right? So I will say this. I love you, Dr. Boucher. I really do.
So funny.
What you said is what my grandmother said about
not grandma.
No, seriously. Right? I'm
playing. Go ahead.
No, I'm thinking about it, right? Like I'm thinking about the fact that 90 kids, they said the same thing. There's literally documentaries in the late 80s showing young girls having babies, right? And this issue of it. And so it was always like, babies are having babies and there's so much violence. I mean, we had Boys in the Hood and gangster rap. We had all the same things. And so we have to kind of recognize the fact of what did we do or what did we not do to stop that cycle from happening? Because I remember hearing that as a child, and I was privileged. I was privileged to be raised in a salon atmosphere, so I was always in grown conversation. I knew how to be seen and not heard, right? So I remember exactly what Dr. Gaucher said. I remember that, and then I catch myself saying the same thing. When I was a kid, I was outside. We had like Nintendo, and we could play it every now and then. Like all these things. What's going on with this youth? And then I had to stop myself and say, it was the same in the 90s. It's just that now that I'm older and now I'm questioning why I didn't help fix the problem or what am I going to do now to fix the problem? Because now it's my responsibility. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things of when I was in 6th grade, I went to 2 baby showers in 6th grade.
Wow.
Babies was having babies. Yes, babies was having babies, right? So it's like
baby shower, 6th grade.
There's still that's still an issue, but we haven't figured out how to fix it yet. But so what are we going to do to fix it as change agents? What are we going to do to fix it?
That's true, because our school in high school, I remember them having a separate wing for kids. Well, students that had kids. Like it was a girl pregnant at graduation. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I love my parents, but my parents, they were strict. And I ain't gonna Penda laughing because she was
bring back the paddle.
Just enough to get in trouble, but not go like completely over. Because I clicked. Like my parents, they believed in spare the ride. Like that was.
Yeah.
But my parents
telling my niece she's in the 4th grade, and I was telling her like, you lucky, because if Daddy was alive, he'd have been up at that school. you could be sitting in class and he just walk in.
That part.
Yeah.
So it's different now. That you can't just walk into school no more. You can't just you
No,
can't do the
yeah.
same
Yeah.
things that we used to do back in the day of safety precautions and things like that. But I think that the way that we incorporate young people is to ask them. And the interesting thing is, some young people, I remember a couple years ago, somebody's like, why are we off for Martin Luther King Day? What he ever do for me? I'm like, girl,
Right.
she's like a junior in college now, but back then she was just like, I don't understand. We're not teaching about what what excellence is anymore. Daddy used to make us sit down and watch Lou Rawls every
Oh,
year. That's why we all went to HBCUs, because he's like, all
Parade of
Mercury,
Stars.
and you gonna watch this Lou Rawls parade
Yes.
of stars.
Yes.
We don't have
Yes.
that same. We don't have speech contests, and
That
we're not
part.
doing parades with drill teams no more. Like we're
Mhm.
not doing things like that
Mhm.
show that it's okay and it's important to people. I wonder if people of the generation now understand how significant Jesse Jackson was.
Well,
Girl,
Mhm.
I almost got suspended because
well, I have a question, Penda. I wonder if my generation understands how important Jesse Jackson was. Because
Oh,
if my generation, if millennials understood how important Jesse Jackson was,
Mhm.
and they instill that in their children now,
yeah.
it would not be an issue, or the
Mhm.
issue would be smaller, right? So that's
Mhm.
why I'm saying, like, I tell my mom, I said, you're a civil rights baby, but in the 70s, y'all kind of like didn't pass the ball to us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It kind of dropped like between the.
It kind of dropped in
Dr. Huey
between.
Newton and,
Yes, so now it's like it's our
Mm.
job to
Keep hope alive.
It's like, I'm gonna let you know, Jesse, he has
I am somebody.
ass. But let me tell you something. That dude can rhyme. Like,
Yeah, he did.
make you feel powerful being black. Like,
Yeah. Did
Yeah, he
y'all
was.
did y'all watch Joe's College Trip, the movie, the Tyler Perry movie?
I haven't watched
I
it.
mean, it had some parts in there that I was like, okay, we could have left this out, Jesus. But the part about the grandson like being so desensitized to everything black.
Yes.
And
That's what I'm
not
talking about.
understanding
That part.
why Morehouse was was an important school to even consider. Oh, I don't want to go there. I'm gonna go, until he got around his people and got around the community and began to understand, like, this is who we are, this is what we've done. And I think that's what's missing. That's how yes, thank you. I couldn't remember what it was called. If we could do more of those real life immersions,
Yes.
then we can shine the gems.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember when my kids were very young, and the thing is I wanted better for my kids, right?
Mhm.
So I didn't raise them in the hood. I didn't. I'm sorry. But the thing was they went to some of the best schools, but with that, they found themselves they was the only one, right?
Mhm.
But I made sure that, like, when there were black events, so because we lived in Colorado for over 20 plus years, but when there were black events, they got to meet the Tuskegee Airmen in person. So every time when there was something that would educate them, I'd make sure that, oh no, we're gonna sit you down, we're gonna talk about this. I remember one day my daughter came home and she told me that she hated the fact that she was black.
Mm.
And that was very, very disturbing for me, because as a mother, and I'm single mom, 4 kids, that was very heartbreaking, because I'm thinking that I'm trying to set the example of raising my kids, doing the best that I can, providing them in the best neighborhoods that I could. And for her to come home to say that, it put me in kind of a disheveled feeling here of,
Yeah.
okay, do I take them back home to New York so that they can see what the ghetto is like and that kind of stuff so they can appreciate it? Or do I continue to keep them safe? That's really what it boiled down to for me. So what I did was I began to research some things like there's an unknown author where it tells us, what would the world be like if there was no Black people?
Yes.
And so I made all of my kids read that.
Okay.
Right. And I would bring that up every now and then, every time when they would seem like they acting like, oh, I don't like that I'm not Black because my hair is a little more kinky than, the Caucasian children and stuff. I'm like, oh no, because we can style our hair. So I made sure that I did my daughter's hair, and to the point that when she would go to school, they be like, oh, who did your hair? Oh, can you have your mom do my hair? That's how I made it, because I had it. It was like I had to hit where I saw there was a need. And so when I saw that they were not feeling proud of who they were, I had to remind them. And I told them, don't you be a follower, you be the leader. You set the example. If they think that you're different, great. Because you are different, you're going to find that they're going to start wanting to follow you. So if you dressed more appropriately, like you about something, guess what they're going to want to do?
Yeah.
They may talk about you initially, but I promise you're going to be the fad. So that was the thing. So now all of my kids carry that trait of being a follower. Being a leader and not the follower. So when they walk into the room, they own the room. And that, they attribute some of that to my militant style in a sense, but hey, being a single mom with 3 boys and 1 girl, I had to be strong. Had to be strong.
Well, ladies, y'all making me skip all over the place, but I am on our next question. When you hear the phrase still rising, what does that mean to you personally? Is it rising about education? Is it rising about faith, financial stability, kindness, leadership, or something else? What is one way each of us can continue rising in our own lives? I got them quiet. I think I might.
Oh no! I got you. Look, I came prepared for this. Okay, I read them questions. I'm prepared. I'm telling you. Okay,
so prepare. I have to go off the dome.
Yeah, she got notes and stuff.
Hey, look, I ain't had much time, but hey, I'm with you. So I'm gonna start you off here. Y'all come on back a sister. He'll be out. So, here we go. So I see Black excellence making a positive impact by creating business opportunities and being a role model for our youth and others that are secretly watching you behind the scenes. Continue to provide programs that will keep them out of the streets, provide affirmations to remind them of who they are, and celebrate their achievements. If we can talk about when Joe Smo got killed, we could definitely make a big deal about our youth scholars. Now, I would be remiss if I did not put this out there. We need to remember to pray one for another every day. If you have the means to help your brother or sister, do it. Remember, God will reward us. Do good even when no one is looking, because He knows all and sees all. And last but not least, you do not know who is watching you and taking notes on how to walk in your shoes or be better. And I'm going to turn that over. I'm still rising.
Yes. Keisha, you ready?
Come on, Keisha. Come on, bring it home.
Yeah, so I'm going to say this. I need y'all to read.
Mm.
I need y'all to read. I need y'all to do deep dives in history. I need y'all to read folks' diaries or journals. I need you to go to the archives and look at like the Northern Star.
Yeah.
I need you to understand the difference between Booker T. Washington and W.D. Du Bois.
Indeed.
Are you a talented 10th or not? Right?
Indeed.
You gonna walk over that. You gonna walk over that like really? You a talented?
I need you to watch the original Roots from the first all the way to the 12th. Not the one where they had the iPhones on BET. I need you to watch the original Roots. And then I want you to watch Queen. Because she was niggers. She realized that she was niggers. Like, I need you to watch all of these things. I need you to study it. And I need you to develop the plan. Wow. History is what's going to help us get further along as we are rising. And I think what happens is that we try to reinvent the wheel. And our ancestors who survived, not the ones who died, but who survived it, they're the ones who gave us the blueprint a long time ago. We need to be abolitionists. So guess what? If I want to be an abolitionist, I need to read Frederick Douglass. I need to go back to Harriet. You know what I mean? So that's what I would ask people to do, is to go back and actually start reading. Go to the archives, man. I mean, when Penda was talking about Bethune and she's talking about Heights, you know what I mean? And I'm even going to talk about one of her founders, Myra Davis Hemings, right? And I think about what Myra did, not just on the Howard campus, but what she did in San Antonio, and how she built the legacy here. That is the kind of things that, like, even just go to your local heroes and you will be so proud of your city. And so that's one of the things that I would say needs to be done. Wow. Regardless of your affiliation, just read it. Just read it. Just try to understand it.
I'm with you on the reading part. I don't know why. I was so disappointed when I saw a young lady. She had written her first book, and she did her first book signing, and she promoted, and she put this story on Facebook. But she said she promoted and she was so discouraged because nobody showed up. I mean, I felt so bad for her, but I did send her some tidbits. Like I said, I'm still going to be in that education arena. I'm going to educate. I'm going to tell you, if you slipped up on that, if I know better, I'm going to do better. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share that with you too, so you can do better as well. And that's what I did with that young lady. So, and she did, send a feedback to me and tell me, thank you. But I'm going to tell you, I mean, it was just so discouraging. And it just goes back to what Keisha was saying. We have gotten to a world where we just don't want to pick up a book. We don't want to read nothing. We want to go on nothing against Kindle, but I'm just saying, you improve your vocabulary when you read. So, and that's just, when you find yourself, when you get upset, you can express yourself so much better by not using all of the F-bombs and all that other stuff by your ability to read. One of the most comical things that my daughter, she's 35 years old, and I'm going to tell you, when she gets mad, how I know she mad? When she start using those words that you got to look up in a dictionary. That's when I know she pissed off. So, and folks sitting there looking at her like, but I remember it goes back to something that she reminded me that I used to say to the kids all the time. At the time, I said, no, I want you not to sit up here and act like the typical, what they stereotype us to be the angry Black person, but I want you to go in there and talk to them to the point that they are looking at you dumbfounded. And they're like, what did she just say? Did she really call me stupid in English? And that is exactly what my daughter does that everywhere she goes. So it's like, they're like, well, wait a minute, she's not acting like the typical Black person. She ain't going off and doing the head roll and all that kind of stuff. No, she's looking me dead in my face. She is commanding the room. She is not angry. She's not raising her voice. She is talking to me calmly. So that is more scary. And she's using some words I do not know. Did she really call me stupid?
But yeah,
You actually agree with me on this one, y'all. No,
yes.
I will say this real quick. So I work with a lot of youth, and so I always talk about Mary Lillian Sutton, who was 14 years old, and she actually was one of the organizers for the lunch sit-ins in San Antonio. And so I talked to 14-year-olds, and I'm like, she was 14. 14 when she was doing that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? To the point where Jackie Robinson mentioned her when he was working in Austin at Houston Tillerson, like, you got kids who are organizing protests in San Antonio. 14. That blows my mind. That's Black excellence.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? I just need you to read a book.
Right. Unedited one that they haven't banned from the libraries. Go get the original To Kill a Mockingbird to learn something.
Yeah.
I understand. So we have to take a quick because we coming to a close. So I'm gonna give y'all closing reflection. I'm
gonna let Miss Pender go first. You know.
But,
Come on, you start us up, Pender.
Okay. After the break.
After the break, I'm gonna read y'all closing reflection.
Okay.
All right.
What if your greatest breakthrough was on the other side of your story? Inspire Me Moments, Living Out Loud with No Regrets by Anthony Harris Brown isn't just a memoir, it's a mirror, a movement, and a map to becoming who you were meant to be. Through raw honesty, spiritual insight, and empowering reflections, you'll unpack your past, embrace your scars, and rise stronger. This book is for the dreamers, the educators, the men learning to breathe again, the women reclaiming their worth, and the leaders who lead with heart. You'll find real stories of trauma and triumph, tools for healing, and moments that remind you, the cape was never in the closet, it's always been in you. Inspire Me Moments, live out loud, with no regrets, and all heart. Get your copy today, everywhere books are sold.
Looking for inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ? Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Welcome back. So we have had a very, very good discussion with my board members. They volunteered for this, but they scared me. That first question almost took me out. But I truly appreciate them because everybody's so used to us being silly. So when we be serious, they probably gonna look at this like, are these the same people that was playing? we educated, but we silly too. So as we conclude, let us remember, we honor those who come before us. We appreciate the progress that all of them have made. And we commit to continuing the rise together. Black history is not just the month of February. As you are watching this, I challenge you, do like I do, 365. When I have a classroom, I just put a Black history fact on the board every day. And it used to drive everybody crazy, if you know what I mean. But as we go, I want each of my guests, my lovely, powerful guests that answer these questions. I'm sitting there like, they took me to school. I want you to answer the question that we pretty much discussed today. Have we overcome, or are we still rising?
Have we overcome, or are we still rising? Some people don't even know who Maya Angelou is, but I'm going to leave you with some words of wisdom. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. We are still rising. Really, I heard somebody tell me today. She said, Penda, there are going to be people in your life who are like rocket boosters. She said, they are the ones that are designed to elevate and help you get to the next level. But when you get there, they fall off because they're not designed. Everybody can't go with you where you going. And when you get to the atmosphere and get everything that you're praying to God for, you go back down, come back down to earth, and you become a rocket booster for somebody else. So I want to pass that on because that's what somebody said to me today, and it really resonated with me. Because I'm in this season in my life where it seems like all my relationships are changing with people, but I'm trying to go higher. And as I rise, I know that the people around me are rising too. We are still rising. It's not going, we cannot go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We cannot go back. We are continually rising, and we have to want to keep, nobody should want to stay the same or live the same way. If you do and you're comfortable in that, it might change if you get exposed to something you've never experienced before.
Wow. Good one.
So true.
Good one.
So true. So true.
That was good.
So, yes, it was. Yes, it was. I like that. I like that. So, Keisha, you want me to go? You going?
I can say her name is
Keisha.
I'm waiting.
It's Keisha with a P.
I'll say this since we're doing poems and stuff.
Come on.
This was a great song.
Oh God.
From a movie of Sister Act 2.
Oh Lord.
If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere,
Yep.
you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay
attention.
Y'all, if you are not woke, you need to wake up.
Yes, ma'am.
Pay attention because things are happening, and y'all wait. Y'all wait till it's too late.
Yeah.
Like this healthcare thing. Oh my God, my healthcare tripled. We knew that back in September that it was going to triple. Now all of a sudden you see the bill. But if you was paying attention and you knew what was going on, there could have been some little things that we could have done. That's what I need y'all to do. I think about Monique calling me about a certain board member at a school district who literally said, we're going to take this school district back. Yeah. And then what, 6 months, the Black superintendent is terminated? Yeah. Come on, y'all. Pay attention. Wake up.
Good.
Bring us home with a poem or a song, Dr. Gaucher.
Come on.
We ain't gonna bring the book out there. We won't do that. I'm gonna take it light. Okay, so here we go. Personally, still rising means never stop learning, keep pushing through the roadblocks, keep my head up, keep improving my strengths and reduce my weaknesses, stay in the fight, and always remember my why. I believe rising is a facet of each of those categories. I feel whatever you are most passionate with is where you need to continue to rise. And one way I feel to continue rising in my life is when I know better, I must do better.
So good.
That was so thoughtful.
That was thoughtful.
That was so thoughtful. I had to come up something from the dome, and she's like,
taking us back to Sister Act. You got Pinda starting out, with her, I'm like, I can't even keep up with them today. Oh, shoot. With them. So, but honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all ladies for coming on, sharing your voices, your thoughts. I told y'all my board members out the gates. They are entertaining. I love them to life. I literally love them to life. So thank you all. So my take on it is, I agree with you all. We are still rising. As Keisha said, if we don't wake up and pay attention, don't wake up and pay attention, we may be going back. So as we close African American History Month, we are now, that's why I have, we got all female squad, because we are going into Women's History Month. Can y'all believe that?
Yes.
Amen.
So, I'm excited for this year, this Women's History Month, because I will, and I'm going to challenge other people to do it as well. Start celebrating women who are impacting your life. I usually start off Women's History Month with just showing a picture and writing a bio of something exciting that a woman is doing, because we don't celebrate each other enough, because sometimes that self or jealousy get in the way. And it shouldn't. We rise by lifting others. That's my take on it. So again, you have been watching A Better Chance Television. My board took over the show today. I appreciate them all. They scared me at first, but I appreciate them all. But definitely like, share, comment. Also, don't forget our events that we have coming up, because y'all know it's our board president and my birthday in May. Make sure you get your tickets for HBCU Community Awards, People's Choice Awards. This year we have our first class of icons. I'm so excited about that. And then we also have our registration for our send-off. Yay! So you are a vendor, you got a high school student, anything like that, please sign up. That's like my favorite event, other than my birthday, that I celebrate the whole entire month of May with. But please sign up for the send off, because this year we might even have a majorette battle. It's in the works. Since the parents lost last year, I don't have a team to choose. I'll get out there and be a majorette. See how that works.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, Lord.
Pastor being gay. Yeah. Pastor being gay. Yeah. Because I know I'm going to need it.
You know what I mean? Y'all can't be serious for 5 seconds. But it's been fun, but we are out of here. Like, share, comment, and if you are interested in any of the events, let us know. You can inbox, email, definitely follow the newsletter. But thank you for your time. Until next time.
Bye, everybody.
For inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ, look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Tune in to A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network. Thanks for watching A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson. The television show where we highlight incredible students